St. James, Portmore, where you say? Walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
DJ, teacher, up top,
Sting them like a hubcap.
Gaza.
What's that? Up top.
Yes, sir.
We in here.
Another one, as DJ Khaled would say.
Another one. That's right. That's right.
Oh, man. You know, welcome to Up Top Podcast.
Right. Welcome in, everyone.
Episode 2. Episode 2. It's your boy Ste-Mo.
It's your boy Shaun Spacely.
And it's your boy Tsunami. Yes, sir. You know already. You know, we've seen us on Instagram Live right now.
Right.
Showing you guys.
You got just a little sneak peek, you know, like we do. Just a little snippet, nothing too serious.
You know, and we appreciate everybody taking the time to listen to us.
That's right.
You know,
We appreciate the love.
everybody taking the time to listen to episode 1 of Up Top Podcast.
Yup.
New level.
We appreciate you guys tuning on in. Keep the views going. Keep the subscribes going. Like we really appreciate it. Cause we letting you guys know at the end of the day, we moving to the top.
Yes.
Up top.
Up top. You don't know. So we're gonna go right into it. Tsunami and Spacely.
Yeah, man.
It's our All-Star Edition, episode 2.
All-Star edition. Yes,
Oh
sir.
man, and
Yes, sir.
we came correct with
Yes, sir.
jerseys. First of all, shout out to the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Right,
And
right.
I had him come up my Bulls jersey today.
And shout out to the soon-to-be GOAT, in my opinion, soon-to-be GOAT, Jimmy B, Big Face Coffee, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, you can show the cameras a little bit, but overall, we appreciate everybody taking the time to listen
Appreciate
to us.
you guys coming
I
on in.
must say, you know, again, we want to make sure we bring the All-Star Edition flavor
Exactly.
to this episode. So
That's right.
we're going to go right into the NFL, by the way.
Yup.
And man, like, sooner or later, you know, we're going to always appreciate this all-star caliber talent of a player named Tom Brady.
Man, the one that's been the GOAT conversation from start to finish.
I mean,
From start to finish. It's like, but my whole thing with Tom Brady now is Ste-Mo is that, bro, I'm not going to believe this man because he was in South Beach behind the condos with his little iPhone cameraman.
I mean, man, Tom Brady actually wanted to go ahead and hang it up for good. He actually decided to say, you know what, I've had enough of playing NFL for over 20 years.
Right.
And now you can see, obviously, on the screen, he actually decided to go ahead and make a retirement video for good.
Yeah, but that's the thing
For the
about
second
it.
time in a
I
row.
would just give this
Episode 2.
I would just be right.
Second time in a
row.
I mean, we talked about him in the last season.
I mean, like,
Because
but
like I
what
said,
are we? But what is there left to talk about him now?
Man.
He just wants to be relevant because the Bucks are out. I bet you right now, if the Bucks were still in the playoffs, so they had a running, we would not even have this video.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, Tom Brady just wants to stay popular. He wants to be popular. I mean, if he really does retire, he is by far one of the greatest athletes to ever play the game. He is by far top quarterback.
best believe.
So it's like he has every athlete for him to be the greatest,
Yes.
but I'm so tired of this man, bro.
It's been a pleasure, Tom, for you actually taking the time to let us know that you actually are done with football. I mean, you've actually shown how great you are as a quarterback and as a team player.
True.
You know, playing for 2 different teams and winning 2 different Super Bowls
For 2 different cities.
I mean,
You brought a Super Bowl to New England. Yeah, they turned you into a god. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Man.
Who didn't know about the hollowed hats from Foxborough?
Oh, yeah.
But now you decided to take your talents to Florida.
Yep.
You went up to Tampa Bay of all places that we never thought you'd be in. Tampa Bay.
What I can say though, basically, he always said he wanted to be in warm weather.
So that makes me beg the question though, why did it take him 6 rings for him to realize that though?
Because, like you said, at the end of the day, he did tell himself. He said he wanted to be great.
That's
He
true.
wanted
That
to
is
be,
true.
and hence why he had to go through that whole turmoil.
That's true.
Right,
with his wife.
And I must say, you know, being episode 2 of the All-Star Edition of this Up Top podcast, you know, we actually appreciate greatness.
That's right.
Like, we want to let everybody know that you can be great at whatever you do. And Tom Brady has proven it time and time again. You can be great at what you do. And I must say, this was a great testament to him showing us that, you know, as an NFL player, we appreciate, you know, the greatness that he's done. Winning
That's
Super
right.
Bowls was obviously the icing on the cake, but to prove it to the whole world that you're the best quarterback of all time.
Right.
And we got to witness this as we actually are tuning in and watching him perform. So
Exactly.
I mean, I must say it was a great time, Tom Brady, but now you can relax. Hopefully everything works out with you outside of football.
Yeah, man, enjoy Florida.
Yeah,
Enjoy
right.
Florida.
You know,
Enjoy your
We
walk.
got
Gronk
beaches.
now.
You got Gronk. Gronk probably already done hit you up when you made this video.
Yeah.
Don't lie to us. You probably had Gronk tell you straight up. You know what? It's time for you to come enjoy this retirement life, get that boat life going.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, just enjoy your fisherman life.
I want to say, yes, for sure. So, kudos to the GOAT, Tom Brady, yo. We salute you.
Exactly.
All right.
Good one on you, my boy.
So, moving on into the episode 2 of Up Top Podcast All-Star Dish, we're going to go ahead and talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about this halftime show.
Oh, yeah.
It's the halftime
Before we
show.
even get to the game, we're
Yeah,
going to
I'm
talk
talking fast. Halftime is game time.
Okay, I must say, I'm sorry, but as a musician, I must say what happened. I have to ask a question, what happened? Because how do we go from last year of the Super Bowl having great names like Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
50 Cent,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then now we come down to this one. Okay, that's it. Don't get me wrong now. I'm not bashing Rihanna, don't get me wrong. But that's it.
I mean,
Really?
Yeah,
That's all we got?
I mean, I can understand your point, Tsunami, Tommi, as a musician, because at the end of the day, we had that all-star cast last year versus the Rams and the
Like,
Bengals.
that.
So I can understand that, and it was in California, so you know Compton came and they represent.
Yeah.
LBC came and
that's
represent.
like a new level right there.
Yeah,
okay.
Super Bowl
That was a
halftime
new level,
for
sure.
performances. And we obviously saw that the NFL is now correlating hip hop music
Into a lot
into
of
different
different things.
things.
Yes,
And
that's true.
It's showing that, you know, they're there for the culture now. So Rihanna's obviously for the culture.
Obviously.
She's a Caribbean woman, and she obviously has mad hits that she hasn't actually probably performed in years. So now we're gonna be able to see her true testament in a Super Bowl halftime show, y'all. So let me know what y'all think.
Because in my opinion now, she hasn't made music in a while, and she did tell us when she was creating her Fenty line
Yeah.
and all her products that she wasn't coming back to the music scene. So in my opinion, I don't have expectations. I just have a lot of curiosity and a little bit of anxiousness because I want to see what is she gonna drop.
Yeah.
Has she been in the studio lately, and if so, what projects have she put together? So for me, I think Rihanna might just surprise us because you know that's the kind of girl bad girl Riri is all about. But at the same time, it's like I'm hoping that she makes some really good music. That's all. I do miss her music. So as a fan, as a male fan, I do miss some of her music.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that she do us some justice come halftime.
Yeah, I definitely think that she's gonna really perform some good hits. I mean, obviously we want to hear, you know, work and you know, of course, other hits that she made, you know, with you know, good collaborating artists. So it'll be interesting what she actually does. I know the choreography is gonna be fire.
Oh,
Yeah, I like it.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
that choreography is definitely gonna be dope.
You know what I'm saying? We're all gonna be seeing it for the free, by the way. So we look forward to seeing the halftime show, but of course, we're gonna go ahead and get back into the Super Bowl game.
Yes, sir.
And you know, we actually finally see that the NFL season is finally officially about to end. So
Yeah.
next week, and two teams that, you know, a lot of NFL teams probably thought they were gonna get there, didn't get there.
Man.
Two teams on episode
Man.
2 actually showed why they actually needed to deserve to be there. And
But you see it,
the Kansas City Chiefs,
which I'm surprised at. I'm not gonna lie to you.
of course, fly equals fly.
I was gonna say, Ste-Mo, you don't need to hold back on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Let them know who you represent. And it's fly eagles fly around here,
I'm
man.
gonna say, like, Super Bowl Sunday is one of the biggest games that everybody's looking forward to watch.
I agree.
You know, the commercials.
Spec star, don't even get me started on the commercials.
Oh,
You
man.
already know these commercials are about to be
I'm just saying to
crazy.
myself, like,
Sure.
I wonder what is going to happen this year in commercials.
Yes, I wonder what commercial they're
What
gonna
you
give
think
us.
about the commercial tsunami of the past?
Man, man, trust me, these Super Bowl commercials have been going people crazy because throughout the entire commercial,
Mhm.
they've been looking at one thing and then right at the end the commercial said, "Hi, welcome to Pepsi." I'm looking at a car.
Tsunami's not lying.
I'm looking at
Because
cars. Where did Pepsi come in?
I've seen some commercials where you know the things are animated. I'm like, okay, cool. This gotta be a video game. No, they start asking you if you have certain type of problems with your body, cause this is a commercial to take the drug to fix it. So you never know what you're gonna get when it comes to these Super Bowl and any other highlighted event, bowl commercials.
Millions of dollars will be actually made on on Super Bowl Sunday.
For 5 minutes. Think about that.
Be
5
prepared,
minutes.
everyone, to witness a lot of commercials.
Yep, don't be surprised if midway through the game you just hear a random timeout and we're in commercials for the next 15 minutes.
Oh man, but let's get back into the game, y'all. Like, I mean, it should be a great matchup. You know, two
Agreed.
teams as we can see on the television.
Agreed.
You know how they actually had their season approach. You know,
Yeah.
the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC obviously played phenomenal. You know, starting with their main guy Patrick Mahomes. You know, who's been playing MVP.
And that man Patrick Kelsey over there, that tight end to me, that man's an undercover wide receiver in my eyes.
He is a talented player, and I mean, you know, their defense held him up, but kudos to Andy Reid and the coaching staff.
Yeah, man.
And they're going back to the Super Bowl after being back there 2 years ago.
Especially when I didn't think they were gonna come back. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that story Buffalo was running. Not gonna lie to you, Buffalo was really playing like they were on a mission.
Yeah.
Especially when their man went down. I have to give him his flowers.
Yep.
He made it out of something that we didn't think he was gonna make it from, Mr. DeMar. Number 3 that played for the Buffalo Bills, man. You get your flowers,
We
my
talked about
boy.
him in the last episode.
Because
yeah.
you made a full recovery in episode 1.
Mhm.
We were praying for you hard.
Mhm.
So I'm glad God answered all of our prayers as fans.
Yeah.
And you were able to come watch your team, even if it was playing for the last time. You were able to do some things that most people in your situation don't walk out of. So in all honesty, I thought they were going to make it, but Kansas City proved to the rest of the football world
Yep.
that they were just as prepared as Cincinnati as well as Buffalo.
Yeah, I agree. Tsunami, what you think about the Eagles and how they actually played out this year? I mean, you can tell like their offense was loaded.
They were
I mean,
fire.
like you just said, like that man Jalen Hurts, like you said, he came out and him in the front office came out and got 2 more firepower during the trade season and deadline
Yep.
to give them that bigger boost
Yep.
that they needed to take themselves all the way to the Super Bowl. Because as they saw it, everybody saw it. When they started to go in on that run, what was that, 4th game, maybe 5th game into the season?
It was,
Yeah.
When they started going on that run, everybody saw it. They said, all right, oh yeah, we going.
Yeah.
We there.
Yeah, they were there.
There was nothing
They started flying after they beat the Packers, and that's
Yeah,
when I
that
said,
was it.
"Okay,
That was it."
This is a legit team that's actually going far." And I must say, you know, me being a fan, it was great to witness them actually go throughout each and every game, showing that they are the best team in the NFL. And you know, especially that last game, man, they played the 49ers.
That was a crazy game.
I mean,
That
nobody
was crazy,
expected
yeah.
that to be a blowout game.
You
Oh,
know, everybody had the Niners supposed to be fighting you guys tooth and nail. But, like you always said, everybody underestimated Jalen Hurts and your offensive line.
Mhm.
You guys proved to them why.
And our defense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Defense
yeah.
literally came correct.
Yeah,
Pressuring
yeah.
the quarterback for him to get hurt, and then the backup quarterback for him to get hurt. I'm gonna say, like,
Y'all were not making it easy on that.
Not at all.
making it easy. So it's gonna be
Not
very
at all.
interesting. You know, the offense of the Chiefs versus the defense of the Eagles versus the offense of the Eagles and the defense of the Chiefs. And then okay, it may come down to special teams. Might be the game-winning field goal. Y'all give us y'all predictions. Who do y'all think is gonna actually win Super Bowl 57?
Agreed, because it could go any way. It could either be Kansas City or it could even be Fly Eagles Fly.
It's going to be interesting, and I must say, we already know what we actually are going to predict. We're not going to give you our predictions until maybe the end of episode 2.
So,
So,
of course,
we
we gotta keep it a secret.
Of course. Until then, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all actually taking the time to listen to this segment of the NFL. I mean, did we miss out on anything else?
No, not really. We gave them all the key points that they needed to be
Super
honest.
Bowl Sunday is next week, February the 12th.
Look out for
I
it.
think the game starts at what, 6:30?
6:30.
Okay, so I mean, there's going to be a lot of entertainment, you know, prior to the Super Bowl. I mean, there's going to be, of course, a lot of celebrities, a lot of music artists. I mean, you name it. Like, everybody is ready to see 2 black quarterbacks perform.
That's right.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, as we can tell, you know, this is definitely something that we want to make sure everybody understands that, you know, that's what brings everybody together, the sports world. And even if you don't watch football,
Yep.
somebody's going to actually show you something, a thing or two about the game of football. And it's exciting because you just never know which team is going to really make it far. And
Agreed.
whoever hosts that Lombardi Trophy is going to be actually the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, but they'll be rightfully so. Whether it's Kansas City or whether it be Philadelphia.
Oh, yes.
Either way, those two have what it takes to hoist that trophy.
Oh, yeah.
And be considered the number one team, if not the best team in NFL.
Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely see. What about the Pro Bowls? That's what we actually wanted to make sure to end our segment with. Pro Bowl games this year. This was a little bit different.
How so?
Talk to me about that. I mean, I didn't even pay attention, to be real with you guys. Like,
Same.
it wasn't like the actual Pro Bowl. These were Pro Bowl games.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
So you gotta be like very talented enough to go ahead and participate in the game.
Right.
I mean, I really wasn't paying attention to it, to be real with y'all, and I don't know if it really made a lot of sense to actually do a game.
Agreed.
But then again, I think they're trying to protect the shield, as they say, with the players. So
Man,
yeah.
you gotta let these players play at the end of the day. I agree with you. Players gotta play at the end
I
of the
mean,
day.
I think, kudos to those who actually got into the Pro Bowl as well. They actually showed their talents off, and especially moving forward in their NFL careers, we'll see how they can continue to become a Pro Bowl. Being a Pro Bowl is a top tier, and it's not like the Hall of Fame guys, but it's something to keep on your resume to say, hey, I made the Pro Bowl. So kudos to the Pro Bowl, but the games, I don't think we were feeling it.
No.
I prefer the actual Pro Bowl game.
Same.
And it keeps everybody engaged. But yeah, again, that's NFL segment, guys. We appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to episode 2, All-Star Edition.
Up top.
Up
Yes,
top,
sir.
so we're about to go ahead and get into the next segment, by the way. So stay tuned. We're gonna go ahead and get right into the NBA, y'all.
You already know.
Oh, man, there's so much that's gonna be talked about. And I mean, it is Black History Month, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Shout out to our people that paved the way for us today to
Yes.
make us three sit down
So,
here
yes.
and have this podcast and talk to you guys
Yes.
with the freedom and the comfortability to not worry about anyone coming in trying to shut us down.
Yeah, so shout out again to the NFL segment. Of course, 2 black quarterbacks going to be representing for the league, and we're gonna see a lot of greatness going soon. So episode 2 All-Star Edition. It's your boy Ste-Mo.
And it's your boy Shaun Spacely.
And it's your boy Tsunami.
All right.
Alright, back at it again.
Up
Yes,
top
sir.
podcast.
Up top.
Season 3.
See episode 2.
Episode 2.
Well, we at the All-Star Edition, y'all.
All-Star edition, yes sir. All-Star
All-Star
season.
edition.
All-Star break coming up soon.
Man, so much is going on right now. I'm not
We're
saying.
jumping right into it.
We're gonna go right into it, everybody.
It's so hot.
We not even gonna play. This thing is so hot. I don't want even want my microphone to break the way we about to drop this.
It's so
I
hot.
may not be Woj, but this is a bomb right here.
Arms away,
You
y'all.
see him in the background. That boy right there. Do you see these main guys right here? They are trying to speak about the Kyrie Irving wanting out of Brooklyn. I repeat, Kyrie Irving wants out of Brooklyn.
Man.
And in all honesty, I fully support it. A lot of you might try to figure out why. Some of you might be a little bit upset, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to explain to you why, in my opinion. One, when Kyrie went down for what he went down with the systemicism and posting that link on his Twitter, all of us, except for a handful of us that were true Kyrie fans, everyone was ready to take him down. Everybody was ready for him to get rid of him, retire him, tell him to stop playing basketball, taking away his contract. We were destroying this guy.
Yep.
But then once everything was found out, you all realized that none of everything you heard as the rumors were true. What did you do? You went quiet. You didn't even apologize. You didn't even tell Kyrie you were sorry for hating on him and heckling him. No. You guys doubled down and made some more noise. So now Brooklyn, y'all not in the house anymore because Kyrie's ready to go. He's ready to evict himself from the room. And that man is looking at someplace where he knows, 1, players will back him up. 2, the organization will back him up. And 3, there's cats out here who really want to win.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Ste-Mo?
I must say, man, this has been topsy-turvy of roller coasters of learning about Kyrie Irving and his style of what he wants in the game of basketball. Now, we know Kyrie Irving's a very talented player. Like, he's actually won an NBA championship. He's an all-star player. He's actually shown this year that he's an all-star player. And, since we're on this topic of All-Star Edition, like, for him to actually be an all-star and now he may not even play for the team that he's going to be an all-star for, it just goes to show you that this man is really not trying to enjoy with the Brooklyn Nets. And
Agreed.
it's sad to say because we see what the Brooklyn Nets have done to Kyrie, time and time again, with the whole vaccination, also with the whole anti-Semitism, and it's just like, now he's seeing that they're not going to re-sign him. So guess what? He said, all right,
See what I'm
the
saying?
joke's on you. I want to trade before I actually don't come back here.
Fool me once, can't get fooled again.
Yeah, and Kyrie knows that he actually can go to a team that has the potential to actually have the championship caliber. Not saying that Brooklyn didn't have it because they have Kevin Durant, but this is just something that nobody would think from Kyrie to actually do.
Exactly.
Tsunami, like, it's crazy to me to think that, as Kyrie actually continuing to perform at a high level, like, what do you feel like he really is missing right now?
Well, like I said, I have to go with my dog Spacely because at the end of the day, it's like what he said, everybody know you can be a great player like yourself, but you also need teammates.
Yeah.
Because the greats also need teammates.
Like you can tell, this man
So-
is literally playing at a high level this year.
Night in and night
I
out.
must say, and it's just like, we don't know what he wants to do. Like,
Exactly.
we know what team that might want him, and we're definitely going to go ahead and talk about those teams right now.
Oh, for sure.
For All-Star caliber edition, like a player like him, I mean, it's going to be interesting where he ends up going.
And at the same time, the packages that they're going to make up for it.
Yes.
Because now, we will tell you, for example,
Mhm.
we just found out both LA teams are now interested in Kyrie on top of the Miami Heat as well as the Milwaukee Bucks. So it's a lot of top tier talented teams that want this man, but you can see for yourself. It's not like Kyrie has just disappeared after the off-court issues. No, if anything, it promoted Kyrie to push his game to a whole other level.
Yeah.
To the point where they're calling Kyrie Mr. Fourth Quarter.
Man.
Have you watched the past 10 games from Mr. Kyrie? He's the reason why they've won 7 out of 10 games in the fourth quarter alone.
Wow.
He's averaged maybe 15 to 25 points in the fourth quarter.
Jordan shrug.
So it's like Brooklyn, you are in a world of hurt because you decided not to re-sign him. So now he's telling the world, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Well, we're going to wait and see. February 9th is the deadline.
It's
And
gonna be
other
interesting,
Players
I'll tell you
are
that
also going to be either requesting for a trade or getting traded from that team.
This is also true.
So, I mean, we just going to have to wait and see. But, up here and up top, we giving you all the latest updates.
Up top,
I was going to say, so where do y'all think Kyrie Irving is going to go?
or where would you like him to go? Because I know a lot of y'all, when you play 2K and you think about certain players you wouldn't mind putting on your team, where would you want to put Kyrie? If you want to see Kyrie in any jersey, where would you want to put him? Because for me now, as I'm seeing the way the trades are going on, different teams are running around, different teams are trying to get the right players. Speaking of the trade deadline, we got a lot of teams out here making moves in the quiet. Some teams are making moves out in public, but everybody's trying to get that perfect piece to build that championship team. So alright, as we stay in our NBA lane, we're gonna go over towards certain things that's been happening a lot lately in the NBA. And that's mean now nowadays all of a sudden NBA players decide that they want to scrap on the floor. So now how do you feel about that? Like for example, we had the Dylan Brooks situation when Dylan Brooks was fighting against Donovan Mitchell. Right. Thank you for that. How do y'all feel about that?
Tsunami, I don't know. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take that one.
I mean, because like I said, right. I saw the highlights. For me, it's a flip of a coin. Because as an NBA player, which I tell you guys are athletes. You guys use your body to compete to the highest level, right? You have to be aware of your surroundings because it was a two-way street. You had Spider Mitchell coming down with the rebound after Dylan Brooks missed the layup. After that, Spider is trying to make an outlet towards his teammates, and Dylan Brooks gets a little frustrated because he didn't get the foul call. As he was getting up, his arm swung out and did a low blow to Donovan Mitchell. So he got hit in the groin area. So of course as a man,
that's what happened.
You see what I'm saying? As a man, you don't want that to happen. So you said as a man, of course you're gonna get upset because you got hit in the groin area. But at the end of the day, like you said, we have to be aware of surroundings. Dylan Brooks was trying to get up. If Donovan Mitchell would have saw that, he probably could have got out of the way. Like I said, I'm not saying that both parties is innocent from guilt. But I'm just saying, we got to be prepared.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say Dylan Brooks has been trying to, I guess, label himself as the NBA bad guy.
Right.
He already got into it with Shannon Sharp.
Right, but Uncle Shannon.
Shannon Sharp.
Someone who is sitting on the bench
Man.
as a regular person. This is a guy that is on TV, so he has his own platform. My whole thing with Dylan Brooks that I want to understand is that, bro, just sit down. Just sit down, bro. You're not tough. We don't expect you to be tough. And stop making that Memphis drill rap make you feel like you're tough. The music is great. I love you guys' dancing and whatnot. You're bringing a little comedy and entertainment to the NBA in the
But
beginning.
we all know that he don't want no smoke with
Yes.
Shannon.
Let's stop. Let's stop with the let's stop with the cap.
Yeah.
Let's stop with the
First
cap.
of all, Dylan Brooks, you're not an all-star.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it like we see it.
Yeah.
So you're still at home on your couch or whatever you use in your house to sit down and entertain yourself. And you're gonna be watching All-Star Break once again from the comforts of your own home. That should let you know that all the little fights that you did was unnecessary.
Oh, yeah.
But speaking of fights though, I heard a recent fight that happened between
Yeah.
Austin Rivers and the Magic.
We're definitely about to go ahead and show y'all right now on Up Top
The
Podcast.
weirdest fight I've ever seen in my
As you
entire
can
life.
see, it's a mayhem right now against
None
the Magic
else.
and the Timberwolves of Minnesota, and Austin Rivers and Mo Bamba was getting into a scuffle.
Which is weird because he got off the bench
Yeah.
to go fight Austin Rivers of all people.
Facts.
Now, I understand if it was LeBron.
Right.
I understand if it was Kawhi.
Facts.
I understand if it was Jimmy Butler.
Right.
I didn't understand if it was the late great that used to play Michael Jordan. No, it's none of those guys.
Man.
It's Austin Rivers. Don't get me wrong. Austin Rivers is a cool guy.
Nobody really,
wonderful person.
Right, nobody thought Austin Rivers.
Right.
would be
No, I'm not
the-
expecting that to be the name up there, but
Mhm.
let's really be honest. The two of you, that was uncalled for. You guys weren't even acting tough about that. That was just uncalled for in general.
Well, I mean, one obviously shows that one person really didn't stand up for themselves. The
At
other
all.
did stand up for themselves and actually wanted to show that, hey, I'm the tougher guy.
Exactly.
I actually have a name for myself.
Exactly.
You clearly only had one song hit, and that was it.
You were a one-hit wonder, my boy.
So shout out to Mo Bamba though, but you're gonna get ejected in process.
Yeah, and you're most likely going to lose a lot of money too because you were the one that initially decided you wanted to raise up
Yep.
and swing and miss.
Well, I mean, yeah, the NBA has got a couple of scuffles this year, I must say.
Yeah, I'll admit that some of you guys are trying to act tough and gritty.
Yeah.
We have no problem with that. At least you guys showing us that you're not all about, the cameras. You guys aren't trying to act out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
You're showing us a couple of bit of your human side, so we respect that.
Yeah, I must say it's going to be very interesting how the rest of the season goes. I mean, there's going to be probably other more scuffles to go. I mean, at the same time, it's competitive basketball, so we understand, as fans, that this is going to happen from time to time. But again, we just want to see a great game. We don't want to see any of our best players out of the game. But again, Dylan Brooks did what he needed to do, so yeah, you got to serve your All-Star time suspended.
Pretty much about to serve
All right,
all-stars.
Going into, of course, more into the NBA, y'all. I mean, we're going to go ahead and get into these team standings. And I want y'all to actually go ahead and look at these team standings right now and see to yourselves what's going on in the East and in the West.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. Everyone is moving up and down.
We know that the All-Star game is actually approaching soon.
True.
And we definitely want to go ahead and just talk about, those who actually became All-Stars. I mean, tell me y'all actually predictions of who actually maybe got snubbed this year.
Because I feel like a lot of players that should have been All-Stars, unfortunately, weren't even able or allowed to become
Oh yeah, we're
All-Stars.
gonna make sure y'all actually see it on, of course, the screen the NBA All-Stars this year that actually became All-Stars for the first time, and those who actually have been All-Stars already.
That's right.
So it's gonna be very interesting. You're gonna be able to understand that the West is obviously one of the best conferences right now. You see already, too many new players and old players are gonna be back together.
That's right.
But man, it's gonna be amazing.
All right. Because I done found some of the, so we have, for example now,
Yeah.
just to let you guys know about a couple of the players, there's a couple of All-Stars to let you know going for the East first, of course. We have our boy Giannis Antetokounmpo,
Mm-hmm.
we got Kevin Durant, we got Kyrie, we got Donovan Mitchell, and then we got Jason Tatum. Now, For the reserves, shout out to my boy Bam Adebayo. He made it as an All-Star reserve. Shout out to Miami for that one.
Top off the Bam.
You already know. Heat Nation, we gotta represent. Then you got Jaylen Brown coming on in, DeMar DeRozan, and Joel Embiid, just to name a few of those guys on the reserve list as well. And we're gonna head on over and switch gears over to the Western Conference, just to give you guys a little snippet. They're gonna have LeBron and of course Curry. We got Luka, Nicole, and then Zion. Zion is not going to be a starter for the All-Star, so think about that. That should let you know the kind of game Zion has been playing recently. Zion Williamson is now an All-Star. How do you feel about that, Ste-Mo?
I mean, kudos to Zion to come back, being unhealthy last season. Obviously, his team, the Pelicans, actually made it to the playoffs, and for him to come back healthy, to actually lead them, he deserves to be an All-Star this year. He actually proved to me that he actually is a contending player right now that actually deserves to be a #1 draft pick. And obviously, you can see in the standings, they're actually playing really good basketball.
Agreed.
So
they're actually doing really well.
Right now, they're an average 27 in 2017, but
for now,
I mean, best believe, I know at the beginning of the season they were balling.
Yeah, so don't get it wrong. These guys may be where they're at right now, but they won't be there for long. That I can agree.
No doubt. It's going to be very interesting how we want to see the rest of these NBA All-Star teams that are going to be playing. And we can also see, that of course you see the background of TNT that they showed the reserves of the Eastern All-Stars as well as the starters for the All-Stars for the Eastern Conference. So talk to me about that, Tsunami. What do you think about the Eastern All-Stars this year?
I mean, like you said, the Eastern All-Stars right now, they're coming out good right now because some of them coming out, like you said, Jason Tatum coming from the Celtics. Like, tell you the truth, the Celtics are trying to come back to show, that off performance that they did last year.
Yeah, they're number one seed for a reason right now.
So because they have to show it.
Yeah.
They have to show that
Jaylen Brown became an All-Star as well.
He better. After I'm like, no, like, real talk, shout out to, like, the Celtics, the Celtic Nation, all that, but y'all have to do better. Like, for me, there should be no reason.
Yeah, this guy right here, Embiid.
Yeah, like, there should be no reason why you guys are already ready to trade up Mr. Brown when he was the one carrying y'all throughout that entire finals performance.
Jaylen Brown is an All-Star for a reason.
The moment Tatum was down, who carried y'all? Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
So I'm not understanding why, as an organization, as a head office for the Celtics, you guys want to trade him.
Yeah,
So now that he's an All-Star, it showed that he wasn't doing that for no reason.
Exactly.
It's going to be very interesting now. Again, the reserves as well as the starters.
Yep.
I mean, these guys really proved to me that they actually deserve it. And I must say, it may be a good, interesting year for All-Star edition because they're not even going to pick their players until the actual All-Star game.
So it's like their own NBA draft.
Yep.
But in this case, it's going to be the All-Star draft.
Yeah. It will be live on television. So I believe, you're going to be able to see your favorite NBA teams and players combined together as one to actually see who actually has the best, team.
Agreed.
It's not even Eastern Conference or Western anymore.
No, it's just the best players on two different teams. Battling out to see who has the best team in the NBA.
So the captains for the All-Star games are Team LeBron, of course, and Team Giannis.
Which I think respectfully so. Those two guys carry a lot of weight respectfully in each of their conferences.
Yep. So tell me, guys, who do y'all think is going to actually win the NBA All-Star game this year? Was it going to be Team LeBron or is it going to be Team Giannis?
Also, let us know who you felt as an NBA player deserve a right to be an All-Star.
Yes.
And some who you think don't deserve to be an All-Star.
And we're going to get obviously more as the up-top season continues into the NBA about the standings and, who actually really can get to the NBA playoffs. I mean, it's still a long way to go, so, we just got to stay tuned to see the latest. But we're going to continue talking about this great All-Star player, man. I mean, this is probably his 19th or 20th All-Star, and it's incredible at the age of 38 what he's doing for the game of basketball. And it's no other person than LeBron James.
The king himself, he literally deserves that name, in my opinion, because just like to Ste-Mo's point, he's 38 years old, but he's still playing like he's at least 29.
Man.
He's still showing us they can jump out the gym, Right now, he's the only veteran, in my opinion, and then you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. He's the only one I know that at his age can still average up to 35 points a game, to the point where now he is literally games away from passing one of the greatest players to ever shoot the basketball in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring.
Facts.
So imagine how that's going to be.
It's incredible. I mean, I think he's only 63 more points left. I know they're playing tonight.
And knowing LeBron, he'll probably make it the next game. If he doesn't get it this game, he'll most likely make it a big statement come next game. So I can only imagine that atmosphere that's going to go down when LeBron does pass that score.
And as you can see behind us, these are the All-Star jerseys that they're going to be wearing this year. So, I mean, give us your thoughts. Do you think it's hot or is it not?
As you know, nowadays the NBA, their fashion.
Where is the All-Star game going to be located this year?
That I haven't got that information yet.
Oh, I think it's actually in Salt Lake, by the way. So, as you can tell, nobody may not even go, but
Let us know.
you let us know.
Side note, all of you Sonics fans, all you Seattle Sonics fans, I need y'all to rise up and bring a basketball team back to Seattle. You deserve it. You guys got by far some of the greatest talents to ever come out of the game, including Jamal Crawford, aka J Crossover. So you guys got cats that we know can play the game of basketball coming out of Seattle.
I agree.
I don't know what we got to do as fans and as a country, but we got to figure something out. Just like, not even just Seattle. I'm just using them as a marker, but there's a lot of teams and cities that I feel deserve a second chance or deserve a new chance.
Yeah.
So let me know what you guys think in the comments if you think Seattle deserves a new NBA team or they should just stay as glorified fans.
I'm going to say, it's just going to be a great way to see greatness for him to move up and pass Kareem's record, by the way. So we're going to obviously see greatness going into Up Top Podcast, and we're going to talk about when he actually is all said and done, he's going to be the all-time scoring leader in the NBA. So for us to actually witness that, it's amazing to see that. True testament of his work ethic, true testament of how he became LeBron James, and actually showing the world that, he actually can be the best player that the NBA has ever seen. So it's amazing. Again, we appreciate you guys taking the time to listen into the NBA segment of Up Top Podcast, Season 3,
Episode 2.
Up.
Oh man, so it's your boy Ste-Mo.
Your boy Shaun Spacely.
It's your boy.
So we got one last segment. We're gonna obviously go ahead and give y'all some more motivational quotes. And of course it is Black History, so we want to go ahead and talk a little Black History to y'all.
That's right.
And of course we're gonna make sure to give y'all a shout out. So we appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to the NBA segment.
Up top.
But stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Up Top, we say.
Up.
Up Top Podcast.
Up.
Yes, sir. Up. How we doing? All right.
How y'all doing out there?
Hell
How's
yeah.
everyone feeling?
All right, I know we appreciate the time for y'all to take listening to the last segment of the NBA.
Appreciate that.
It's your boy
Appreciate
Ste-Mo.
that. It's your boy Shaun Spacely.
And it's your boy Tsunami Tommi.
All right, so we're gonna get into the last segment.
Yes, sir.
We want to always appreciate us giving you guys good motivational wisdom and always encouraging, no matter what. Again, this podcast is not just always about sports.
Exactly.
We want to always give good, encouraging, motivational words of wisdom.
Right.
And again, this is a great start for episode 2 because
Agreed.
this is Black History Month, y'all, and we appreciate us being African American as well as Jamaican men to be able to go ahead and provide a platform for the Black culture,
Exactly. And we shout out to all of those that paved the way for us. Dr.
especially
King,
in sports.
Malcolm X, right.
All of
And then we talk about our guys like Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, the rest in peace, our man, the greatest Boston Celtics to ever do it, Bill Russell.
Mhm.
Like, Bill Russell is definitely someone I talk about the most in Black history because he was at the height of segregation when he played for the Boston Celtics. He did interviews where he told us that no one came to the games when he started. No one came to his award ceremonies when he won MVP, when he won the championships. None of them cared. To the point where when he retired, it was only him and the team that came to his retirement party.
Yeah.
The entire stadium was empty, was bare. Because nobody wanted to see him great. That's why I say that it's guys like him that if they didn't do what they did and suffer the way they had to suffer, I promise you basketball wouldn't be the game it is today. And that's probably the same way with football.
Yeah, we definitely want to salute all the past and present black athletes in sports today, especially our women.
Definitely shout out to our
always
black
shout
women.
out to our black
Definitely shout out to our
women
black
that
women.
actually
Shout out.
have played a sport, or never played a sport, but also participated in one.
Yup. Being in the sport in general.
I mean, it's just incredible. As you can see, we want to definitely show you guys that not only men could actually play a sport, but also women.
Yeah.
And we want to celebrate our women in history of this Black History Month.
Of course.
To show them that, hey, they're there as well as we are.
Exactly.
And, again, we want to go ahead and appreciate every single black woman athlete. Whether, again, the legend, as you can see, Serena Williams.
Yo, with her sister Venus.
I must say, she actually ended in style.
Oh yeah, she went up on one of those bright sports unicorns, as we like to say, and she rode off into the sunset.
Yes. So again, we definitely salute to her and the rest of the black athletes that we see right now. Maya Moore as well. Salute to her.
Shout out to Miss Naomi Osaka as well too. Shout out to her as well.
Yeah. I must say, there's so much is going on, and shout out to again going into the Super Bowl as we talked about in the previous segment. Of course, we're going to see two black quarterbacks playing for the first time together in the Super Bowl. So it's amazing. And of course, we're seeing Jalen Hurts has an agent who's going to be the first black female agent. So again, we shout out to our woman for her to actually be the first one to do that, as well as on the Eagles coaching staff. There's a first black coaching staff as well that's going to be there as well. So it's just incredible to see the culture continue. And I must say, it's going to bring us to the top. So we want to salute every single body that actually has played a sport or actually is going to play a sport. And salute to everybody that actually taking the time to watch us as we continue to bring the culture.
Candace Parker, I'm not going to let you get forgotten, Candace Parker.
Oh, yes.
You hold it down in the way. You're the only one left that still has Kobe Bryant's Mamba mentality. You're still the only one that takes Kobe Bryant's teachings to heart. So I have number respect for you, Candace Parker. You're over here changing the game of women basketball. I'm hoping a lot of young black women see the way you have changed the game and how you have played the game.
Yes.
And hopefully, just hopefully, they'll be able to follow you too. But a real honorable mention, R.I.P., but shout out to our little one, Gigi. She would have been an amazing basketball player. A lot of black young girls looked up to her. She would have been an amazing young black female basketball player. So shout out to all the young women out there in every sport that you're looking for. Do your best. Don't let anybody else tell you can't make it, because as you can see, there are a lot of powerful black women that have paved the way for you.
Oh yes, definitely. You want to go ahead and salute to our, guy Usain Bolt.
Yeah, man, I don't know every general. Respect to you. Respect to the Alison Felix.
For you to
Respect
be
to you.
the fastest
Money in the world.
athlete as a Jamaican.
You know, I had the fastest money in the world. We know Ste-Mo can don't play you.
Yeah.
But see, we there.
Yeah.
Yo, you seeing.
Obvious.
We tell you. Shelly and Fraser Price. Yo,
And
we
found out
rate
they
you.
actually put a statue.
Yeah, man. That's why that's why I big you up so.
Yeah, man.
That's why I give him the passion.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day,
We want
he
to
is the
see
reason why.
Mm-hmm.
Gapton will never do anything to it. Tyson Gale have to retire. Because at the end of the day, you seeing both show on you. Same with female Jamaican runners there. Shelly-Ann. We talk about Shelly-Ann enough.
Yeah.
Shelly-Ann was there at the beginning when both was rising.
All right.
And they both did it.
You hear the history. It's shown already time and time again. We have the history to prove to you guys that black culture will always continue to excel, no matter where we are.
No matter what you do.
we sport we actually watch or perform in. So salute to y'all. So, we're going to go ahead and get into our motivational quote. We want to make sure everyone understands, who we are as Up Top Podcast. We're not just only talking about our sports and understanding of sports culture, but it's amazing to show what we can actually give as encouraging words. And Tsunami, I know you got a great motivational quote ahead of you, man. Talk to us about that.
Man, it's like what you guys said, just to to keep the vibes going. Like you said, I had a quote here from one of the first African American female astronauts.
Nice.
See what I'm saying? Like
Nice.
just like what he said, it doesn't matter what you think it is, what career you have, whether it's sports or not sports. Black women are succeeding everywhere.
That's amazing.
Okay? So like he said, from Dr. Mae Jemison, first African-American female astronaut, the quote says, and I quote, "Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations."
Okay.
Oh, I like that one's powerful.
Wow.
That one's powerful. I like that one.
Ooh.
That one's tough.
Okay.
That one's tough.
He said it right there.
I found one from Dr. King himself. He said, "The time is always right to do what is right." And that is true. Dr. King was always a man that told you, always look for the positive side of things in life. He was the man that was trying to let us all know at the end of the day, it's okay to do the right thing. Even if you feel it's not right, it's still okay to do the right thing and be the right person.
Yes. I must say, I definitely want to go ahead and give you guys a quote, from the greatest basketball player that has ever lived, Michael Jordan. And yesterday actually was his birthday, but he actually had a great quote that I actually got to understand. If you're trying to achieve, there will be roadblocks. I've had them. Everyone has had them, but obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb, go through it, and work around it. So it really stood to me to understand, as an African-American player, as a black player, Michael Jordan paved the way for a lot of basketball players to be where they are today, including LeBron James, including Kobe Bryant. I must say, Tommi, Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, all these athletes have paved the way after Michael Jordan, and he's actually shown it with his air greatness. And
Agreed.
as we can see, a lot of people have now realized, now that he's actually retired from the game, his brand is always going to be there forever.
Forever. A permanent brand in all of us. MJ did things with sneakers. Sneakers.
Shoes.
Not just the game.
Yeah.
Sneakers. He did something with shoes that to this day probably will never be replicated.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the other players are copying his style, but always remember, he was the first to make his own shoe,
Yep.
and he also was the first to branch out and make his own brand.
Yes, sir.
And now it's on every single sport you can think of.
No matter what sport you watch,
Yep.
someone has a Jordan logo on them somewhere.
Yep. So impressive, and we want to salute, of course, all the other athletes out there that
Shout out to
we haven't
everyone.
talked about. But
Yep.
shout out to everyone that is always for the culture.
Exactly.
Of course, we want to go ahead and give you all your shout outs. Episode 3, actually episode 2. Episode 3 coming soon.
Yep,
But
yep.
All-Star edition. Who's y'all all-stars y'all want to shout out?
Well, that's easy. Big Bam. All day, every day, no problem. Heat Nation. Big Bam. Appreciate you. You almost got snubbed for the reserve, but they finally were trying to take into your talents. They saw a lot of game film and realized you do deserve this second All-Star.
All right. Any other shout outs y'all want to talk about, Tsunami?
No, I like to go, with our Space League over there on that one. He said it's been too long since Bam as a defensive player. It's been too long since he's been getting snubbed for being an All-Star. It's finally time for him to get his recognition.
Okay.
So I have to go with my dog Space League over there. Shout out to Big Bam.
All right, I want to shout out a player that actually deserved it this year was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Man, shit.
I
See?
must say, he has played All-Star level.
This little boy
I must
here.
say, he's actually keeping his team trying to stay afloat into
If it was not for SGA, I'm telling you right now, we would not be talking about the Oklahoma City
Yeah,
Thunder.
so shout out to them. I
Man,
must
it's
say-
a lot of them. Because the fact that I don't see Donovan Mitchell on this roster too.
Oh, he's there.
He will.
He's an all-star starter, actually.
Okay,
So-
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of players like Donovan Mitchell, of Donovan Mitchell's caliber and higher, not make it. So I'm actually glad that you caught me on that one, Ste-Mo.
Oh, yeah.
Let me know.
Let's believe.
Because I would have been upset. But hold on. What about Clay?
I don't know.
Again?
He
Again?
didn't show up on this one.
Again?
He didn't show up on this one.
Clay, my boy. You need to talk to somebody, Clay. You need to talk to someone, bro, because that's not good. There's a lot of players like you out there too, Clay, that deserve it, but hey, like I've always said, All-Star is not what it used to be. Can't do much about that. I'm sorry. It's for the fans
It
now.
is, but we appreciate everyone. We want to shout out all our listeners.
Shout out to all of
All
you.
our followers that take the time to watch us each and every episode, as
Yeah.
well as listen to us. This is just the beginning, everyone.
Exactly.
So we want to shout out to all our followers that's on Up Top Podcast. You can follow us on Up Top Podcast on Instagram.
That's right.
You can also stay tuned. We're gonna make a Twitter soon.
Yup.
Follow us on YouTube, Up Top Podcast, and of course follow, the host, your boy Ste-Mo.
That's right. So now again, they also look out for our YouTube. We
Yes.
have the YouTube up, so we're gonna put a link in the YouTube description for
This will be
YouTube
going up.
in the Up Top Podcast
Yep.
bio. So please click that link, share that link with your
As
friends.
you can see behind, that's the videos that of course we saw for episode 1. So going into 2, we're gonna continue to keep this going.
So just subscribe, please comment below and follow us, and we'll, as you can see, we're trying to take things to the top.
Of course, shout out to our family as well. We can't always.
Oh yeah, no. Shout out to the wife, shout out to my son, shout out to the family in general. We do this for y'all every single day. We're trying to better ourselves, improve ourselves.
Yes, shout out to my fam and friends and everybody out there. I mean, we appreciate the time taken to listen to us and watch us how we actually go to the tap.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, so in further notice, this is Up Top Podcast, Season 3,
Episode 2.
Episode 2 All-Star.
Yep, All-Star
Man.
edition.
All-star, man.
Amazing, guys. We appreciate this again, taking the time. Stay tuned. You'll see us on YouTube for this episode as well as the other platforms that you actually listen to, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Oh my, more to come.
Yep.
All right, so Up Top Podcast. It's your boy Ste-Mo.
Your boy Shaun Spacely.
And it's your boy Tsunami. Tommi.
All right, stay less. Bless up.